Hello. So this is my first extra credit project. Um, and in this project, a turtle will draw a circle of radius r and then walk randomly with length s inside the circle until it reaches the radius. So to begin with, I import a set of modules or libraries, and I import random to use a random number for the setting the heading. I import math for the math.square root. I import for turtles. I import time to get the time. I import date time to calculate the time in a very convenient manner. Um, so I have so the function takes s and r. S is the steps and the turtle walks each time, and r is the radius of the circle. This first part here draws a circle centered around the origin and puts the turtle back at the origin. It's a really good place to start for this problem. And I just do that by set position and then drawing a circle. And then the second part here assigns the variables that we'll need. It sets the first two are the coordinate values of the first two are x1 and x2 and y1 and y2 for the distance formula, which is x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus x1 squared. And x1 is both, since it starts as origin, it's 0, x1 and y1 are 0, and then turtle.xcore and turtle.ycore set the x2 and y2 to x and y, the coordinates of the turtle at the given point, which is at this moment in time in the code is 0. I have a semicolon called step counter to count the number of steps, and then time start is I'm setting it to the value of time s, which is the number of seconds. Well, I'm saying it's time s, and then I can use it to subtract from the however long it takes for the while loop to run. So in the while loop, it will go for as long as distance is less than or equal to the radius, and I use the helper function walk just to kind of clean up the code. And walk takes a parameter of the step length, and it generates a random int n from 0 to 359, so from 36 to 0 to 360. Turtle.set sets the heading. It's an abbreviated form of set heading, and it just was like way shorter for me. So it will do set heading n, and then turtle.forward will move the turtle.forward s wherever you step it. In this case, I have it set at 220. It's just those two are pretty good numbers I found. So after the while loop runs, so after the turtle moves, the step counter will increase by 1 to indicate like a step is taken. X2 is turtle.xcore. I set x2 equal to the current x coordinates at that time, and y2 to the current y coordinates at that time. And in fact, I could probably not have them on separate lines, but it was just easier thinking like that. I can put them on the same line, just using the same method or the same way syntax to define two things. Distance, and then I calculate the distance, and I assign the value, and I do math there, and that math is there. Time end. So after the while loop is done, I take the time. I get time end, which is basically will be how much time is taken, and I calculate the change in time by using time delta, the change in time, and you can set it specifically to seconds in this case, because you can use it to calculate like number of days, number of hours, but this saying seconds actually supports saying seconds equals t, so it knows what it's doing, which is why I'm using this, because it's a pretty convenient once I figured it out. I mean, it was pretty simple, but and then I just print out and then here I have just both my outputs, and here is Now I'll show you it working at 20 to 200. So this is the circle drawing, turtle drawing the circle. Set it to the origin, and then it goes. Oh, yes. So I just forgot to. I changed the coordinate names. So time end. I just changed it right before this video. I just forgot to change that one bit. But here it is again, just to show you it works. It's pretty convenient. I don't know. It's just a really. I think this is just a pretty simple way to do it. But yeah, come on, you can do it. This is probably the longest one I've had. And this is me just making simple math error. This is me just not really just doing simple typing errors, but it's worked all night. So here you go. Here it shows the time. This is days, hours, minute, days, hour. I think this is hours, minutes, seconds, and then microseconds. So it's pretty accurate. As you can see, it's a pretty accurate time. And then here's the step counter, 43. I took 43 steps inside the circle, and that's my project.